taking my crate of peonies that I grew. Let me show you. So I overwintered peony roots, excess peony roots in a bulb crate in my garage. They were not left out all winter, but they were in my garage, which is about 42 degrees. And now that they're starting to poke up, I wanted to show you what they're looking like. Like, this is the size root, and not all this big, but this is now starting to sprout and push up, and look at those roots. This is what you want. So I'm going to take them out of the crate before they all get tangled and pot them up into bigger pots.
What are we planting here?
Peonies. It's springtime. They're ready.
They look ready.
Yes, they're ready. But unfortunately, I wanted to go with this size to save on soil, but the roots are big. So, want to see what peony roots look like when they actually start sprouting?
Yeah.
Giving them a little drink. All
That's
right.
on my bucket list.
So remember I told you I planted peonies and I had extras and I put them in this crate and overwintered them in the garage? Well, remember when I said, oh, they're sprouting? See that? Well, look at this. This is what they look like when they sprout. If I don't wreck it on the way out. And this is why it's good to plant in the fall, because then you don't kind of disturb any of these roots that are coming. So this is a 3 to 5 eye peony root. So this is typically what you'd get. This is actually bigger than you would probably get if you were to order like a 3 to 5 eye division. But this is what you should see. This is ready to go. So the eyes are starting to pop up and you get these little feeder roots. So this is what I'm potting up. And this one will actually fit in a little one. Yay.
So how big was that when you planted it?
That size. It shipped to me this size. What's happening is it's now waking up and it's making its own new roots to establish. And typically you'd want this to be in the ground already. You would have planted this in the fall. But because I had so many extra, Blake and I couldn't fit as many as I wanted or as many as I had in the field. So I could go plant these in the field, or I could pot them up and just, you know, figure out the proper place to place them when I'm ready.
So will them tubers grow, or just the roots will be growing?
Yeah, no, these are all going to produce new roots, just like you see, new big roots. Oh, I broke one off. But it'll produce these. So those little white roots are going to turn into these. And then what happens is when they get 5 to 7 years old, you can dig up the entire clump and you cut 3 to 5 eyes. Each one of these little red and white growths points that are going to come above the soil, each one of those is an eye, and you want to usually have 3 to 5 eyes when you plant them. So if you're going to divide your peony root, your big clump, you want to have 3 to 5 eyes on them. So when I ordered a whole crate of closeout, and it was 3 to 5 eyes. And you know what? They absolutely were. These are very healthy, and I'm quite happy. Oh, look at this guy. This guy's in the bottom. I buried him a little bit. But see, so here's another one that was kind of smaller root, but I like this because it fits in the pot better. But look at all these eyes sprouting. See, these are white because they haven't seen the sun yet. But when they start to peak above the soil, they're going to turn that bright red, which is typical for what you see in your own home gardens or when you see, peonies emerging in the spring. So
when you plant them, do you keep the eyes above the surface?
Yeah. So peonies don't like to be planted too deep or they won't bloom. So if I were to take this peony and put it all the way in the bottom like this and cover it, that's not going to bloom and it's probably going to rot. These actually grow more horizontally, the roots, but these guys, they want to be maybe an inch below the soil. So the tip of this has already started growing a good inch. So I'll probably make the soil level right about, so this guy's peeking out a little bit. Because if you plant too deep, you get no blooms. They're a little finicky like that.
Plus they can't see the sun.
No.
So
they'll be blind.
It's kind of hard to grow if you can't get any sunlight, right?
Yep. So that's what you want to do. So this would be good. Like, that's a good height. This guy is going to sit in here, and that's going to be a good height. Now these are kind of leaning this way, but it doesn't matter. As soon as the soil covers them and they start growing, they're just going to grow straight up.
So you always want to remember to plant the peonies upward.
Yeah, the eyes, yes, definitely that is important. Because, you know, these are already kind of set in their ways. You plant it upside down, it probably will, you know, realize that it's going the wrong way and turn, but, you know, give them what they want.
Last thing you want is for a peony plant to be rolling its eyes at you. You know what I mean?
Exactly. All right, so these guys are going in, and then they're gonna go get a little drink. And actually, this guy's gonna peek out a little bit more because he was buried quite a bit, so he should be happy. So that's how we're gonna plant them. So each of these over here has a little bit of an eye sticking out.
No, it is not leaking in here. We have the sprinklers going.
I know, I was kind of hoping that leaving the sides up, that the rain would kind of make its way in, but it doesn't.
I think if the rain was coming in that direction, you'd be in deep crap at that point.
Yeah. It would be nice to have, like, if there was a way to, like, roll down when we have rain and just let it water, it'd be great. I mean, that is, you know, I'm so used to growing in the great outdoors that high tunnel is totally different. I am learning some things. But the watering is going to be a pain to me. I know that. So we will eventually get to an automated watering system.
We will?
Yeah.
Eventually?
You should know.
Oh, I know.
I'm excited about this. I have to put labels in there. I'm going to forget exactly what they are. But see, so I snuggled all these little guys in here. And now I just have to find them.
So what are the chances of me getting that ladder back?
I love this ladder.
Yeah.
Actually, I love that it's like perfect. It fits a crate, it fits trays, it fits pots. It's like, and then I can like, I don't know, it just has literally worked out. I've never seen this before either. Is this new?
I've had it.
It's obviously not new. It's got paint all over it, but.
I've had it hidden from you.
Okay, well.
Unfortunately,
I
you've
have found it.
found it. Now it will go missing.
Yes. Oh, this is happy too. See this guy? See, they're ready. They're like, where's the sun? So this has 5 eyes. Maybe 2 of those will have a bloom on it, but I am probably going to disbud them if they do have a bloom, unless I sell them at the nursery. So we'll see.
Now, are you worried about them getting too warm in the high tunnel?
No. Peonies love peonies. Have you been at our house in March, April, when the peonies are up and they have buds, and then we get ice and snow and they wilt over and then they come right back? Like, these are very resilient plants, especially for New York weather. So I am not concerned at all.
Yeah, I don't recall that when I'm at the house.
What?
So what you just asked me if I remembered when I'm at the house.
You don't remember getting late ice storms and I'm like, oh my God, everything's gonna die.
If I did, I was probably happy.
You know, I don't sleep well that night because I know it's going down to 10 degrees and I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, when she starts grabbing the bed sheets off the bed and we're running out of the house at 11:30 at night because we need to cover peonies at the farm.
It's literally like, it's typical New York is what it is. And I should know better than to get all worked up about it because there's nothing I can do about it. But I feel like doing something, so it makes me feel better. All right, that's gonna go.
I felt like sleeping, but it was kind of hard to sleep when we didn't have any blankets left.
Yeah. Snuggle up.
Yes, I felt like the peony before you showed up with the blankets.
Hold this down on the other side.
Oh.
I need to start moving this down a little. So, it is nice to have soil. God. I definitely am happy. I have a delivery coming this week for some amendments for my soil. Things that when I got my soil test back, I was deficient in. And it's heavy clay here, so they did recommend gypsum. So I have some things that I really did kick the bucket. So So I have some things coming in a delivery that my tractor will actually handle because it's only 700 pounds.
Well, we'll have to film that.
Yeah, I'd like to be like, okay, I now know the capacity of my tractor. I understand fully.
I know, I was hoping to get outside this week. It was going to be in the 50s, but here we are.
So another thing that we're going to be doing on Sunday, before Blake's, baseball practice, I'm going to meet Tara here just after lunchtime, and we are going to start constructing some plant stands for our nursery out of pallets because they're cheap. And I'm gonna learn how to be handy. I'm gonna run a drill. I'm going to cut with a saw, I think. I'm going to learn how to take pallets and build beautiful plant stands. Not glorious plant stands. If I had my way, I would have I would have top of the line, but unfortunately
They'd be gold pallets.
I have a champagne taste with a beer wallet, so we're gonna go with the beer.
Yes.
So right now, for now, and there's nothing wrong with that. I literally think it'll be kind of cool. It's rustic, it fits with the farm. So
and where are you getting the? Oh my God! It's still windy in here.
Yeah,
I'm not used to that.
Also, when you rolled up the side over there, I can't roll it back down. So I hope you didn't break my handle.
I didn't do anything.
Go take a look.
Oh, come on.
No,
now.
go take a look because it was windy and I went to go put it down and it feels locked. And I've never had that.
It's locked. It's probably the tree that pushed against it out there.
It's not even near it.
Looks like you got a plant out there.
You can go figure it out. But yeah, so
that's why I don't like to touch anything because I always get blamed if something goes wrong.
Something always happens when you do stuff. I don't know why.
Because I think you guys know when it's about to break and then you're like, send him over.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Because I did nothing differently that I haven't done before.
Ooh. Oh my gosh. So you want to know something exciting? For me, not for you probably. I ordered a tree peony for the first time since when? 2021?
Since we had money?
You know what? The problem is sometimes late night impulse buys are awful. And then you wake up and you're just like, oh my God, did I really need that? Yes, I kind of needed it, and you talk yourself into it. But so I bought a tree peony, and I am looking forward to it because I had one tree peony in my home gardens that got annihilated by rose cane borers, and I ended up having to take it out. So I am not going to replace it there, however, but I'm excited to have a tree peony.
Oh my goodness, I gotta get over here.
Another
get away
tree
from
peony.
the door.
And I believe it's the Gauguin tree peony for anyone interested in knowing what I ordered. So yeah, it's gonna look like a stick when it comes, but all my other ones did too. So I have to be patient, and it's better that way. So, but I can't wait.
To be patient?
I know.
It's
terrible.
better?
I don't know why patience is a virtue, but I do not have that.
Yeah.
And I really wish I did. Some things, I think my old age is going to start catching me. And then I'll have to be patient because I'll know I have limitations.
Patience is a virtue, but she never sees the virtue signal when I'm going, stop!
Yeah. Woo.
Look, you're washing the walls and watering the plants at the same time.
Oh, I don't want this to hit that too. Let's go here.
I do it the old-fashioned way. I just walk around and water it by hand.
You can do that, but I gotta do stuff. I can't just sit here and... Yes, that'll work. Woo! Gosh, it feels so springy. I went to physical therapy today. And I have to I'm wearing Blake's pants because I have to be able to stretch and stuff, and I can't do that in jeans. But I really don't like wearing gym clothes. They are good for the physical therapy, but you think he's gonna be mad if I stay in them until he gets out of school and he's gonna be like, "Mom."
Probably the only person I know who, when she has to stretch, she puts on kids' clothes. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Come on, he's bigger than me. Let's be honest.
Wow.
He's not a kid. It's not like I'm wearing Emma's pants. I mean, that would be ridiculous. All right, next. Any more in here? Look at this beautiful soil, though. Anything else?
Don't look like it.
Oh, got one more.
There we go.
Wow, big one too. 1, 2, 3. And look at this. So this little eye, this is a big eye, was way down here. It's coming up. See, it finds a way. Finds a way through the root. So I think that's it for that one. And then I have that right there. Wow, these are all bigger than I thought.
So what is your plan then? You're going to put them in pots and then what, sell them? Or you're going to just wait long enough until you figure out where to put them?
I have 25 of these in my field right now. So I was going to just see how the peonies do out here because they are deer resistant, and I haven't really decided yet. And plus I think it really depends on like what I got going on. So I might just be happy. Oh God, there's another one. See, this is a little guy. Ooh. And this is an eye that didn't make it. You see how it's rotted off? It's like, actually it looks a little white. I'm not sure. Maybe it's a little mushy. So this guy will take forever to grow. Like I won't see a bloom out of him for a few years, but that's broken. But the good news is I can reuse this soil. Look how beautiful the soil is. I do love it. All right.
So can you reuse that soil?
Yep. I wouldn't waste it.
Now, is there any way to test the soil to see how much nutrients are left in it? Or is that, no?
I don't know why why would you waste your time on that?
I don't know. Because I thought we've learned in previous episodes that, you know, once a plant uses up the soil needs to be fertilized because...
I put these in the fall just to hold them over. They didn't start actively growing until right now. So they haven't even barely used a thing. So I know just from knowing, they haven't done anything. They're not even into the soil yet.
Do plants go to the bathroom?
What?
Like, does a plant go to the bathroom? Like, could it soil the soil?
No. I mean, they transpire and they have respiratory through their leaves and stuff, but it's not soil.
So they'll sweat.
Well, sort of transpiration. Yes.
So when a plant takes a leak, it means he's sweating. But a plant can't necessarily crap.
Oh, you are ridiculous.
Am I correct? Well, hey.
It's a new season. Let's not.
I asked the questions that most people are afraid to ask.
Nobody cares about that.
Well, I'm sure somebody out there is like, wow, I would have never thought of such a thing.
No, somebody's going to get a kick out of it, but no. I got to get in there now.
All right, folks. So plants do not go to the bathroom.
Breaking news. Wow, the things you learned.
Hey, it's nice to know that, you know, I taught somebody something new today.
You need to water those in. All right.
So what's the plan? It sounds like you got something done and we're ready to go, right?
I'm staying for a while, so you can go.
What do you got going on?
I just said I have 2 crates of peonies I'm potting up.
Shouldn't you let those grow a little more?
No. If I do, I'm going to have a problem.
All right, so looks like she's potting up peonies and I'm watching, I guess. I don't know.
Dig some soil.
Oh, I gotta go.
These are sprouting already. So.
What's in these sponge pots over here?
Those are bulbs.
Bulbs for what?
It's a bulb garden. going to be hyacinths and crocus.
Unless they crocus.
Yes, unless everybody crocus.
Boy, those look pretty big for not really showing much of their eyes here.
Because I planted them a little too deep, but I'm not going to make that mistake in the pot, so.
Yeah, but in a sense, wouldn't that make a stronger plant if it has to like really push its way out?
If it didn't mind being planted so deep, yes, but these do. So this will be just fine. It's early enough. It's going to get all nice and it's going to absorb some sunshine. It's going to color up.
Yeah, but how long could you actually leave that peony in that pot?
Which pot?
The pot you just put it in.
Well, I probably have to take it out by fall. You could, but it's not. You're not doing the plant any favors by doing that. Ooh.
It definitely looks like they could go root bound. Those.
Yeah, they're massive roots. These are just sections of massive mama plants. Like the mama root, they divided these up, and look how many you get.
So the white hair is not a root.
It is a root.
Like a vein.
This?
Yeah.
These are roots.
So.
That's what you want.
So it's roots on a root?
Yep. These are like feeder roots for right now, but they are going to turn into these.
So when you plant a plant, in a sense, you're rooting for a root. You know what I mean?
Like rooting, like cheering it on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're rooting for the root to become a plant.
Yes, you're encouraging brand new. This is what it means to establish a plant. Are you trying to crack yourself up over there?
No.
It looks like you just can't. You can't just contain your laughter for your.
I was waiting for you to start
I'm
cheering for the peony plant.
No, I'm not.
Come on, let's see you do some cheerleading.
No, I think I'm past that. I never liked cheerleading. I'm sort of glad Emma also does not.
Well, there ain't much to cheer for. Have you seen our team?
Yeah. What team?
Whatever team we're going to cheer for.
Yeah.
We've seen the students that would make the team. Wow, this might be over quick.
Yeah, those were smaller. I must have put all the big ones in the one pot. Also, very smart to line your crates if you're going to grow in them with newspaper.
So you're not worried about the ink?
No.
Like contaminating the soil?
No.
What if the roots read a horrible headline? Could cause a problem.
Only in your brain.
Well, can roots read?
No.
Probably not.
Now you're just fishing.
I'm just trying to get to the root of the problem.
I'm pretty sure I can fast forward and tell you who the root of the problem is.
That's why I try not to stand in one place for too long. I don't think so.
Am I going to do the old twisty little physical therapy for this guy or what? Hey, he's not going to fit.
Just leave him in the big one for now.
No, I'm finishing the job.
Now, if you sell a peony in a pot, does it have to be planted within a certain time period? Like,
you can always plant stuff that's in pots immediately. As long as you don't rough up the roots. They don't really want their roots roughed up.
so I thought if a plant was blossoming, you wouldn't plant it. You'd have to wait for it to go dormant or something.
You can, yeah. But peonies, like, if I were to bring this home from a nursery and it was leafed out, I would literally dig the hole, slide it out of the container, put it in, not disturb anything, and cover it up.
Would you literally dig the hole, or would I?
You, probably.
Thank you.
You would literally dig the hole and I would plant it.
Good.
You're getting wet.
Literally?
Yep,
Or...
literally.
All right, honey. It looks like we've covered everything we can cover here when it comes to peonies. Sure. Unless you want to discuss anything else.
No, but I just thought that was really cool to see, like, peonies in active growth. Like, you don't get to see this kind of stuff because you plant and then you just, like, wait for stuff to come up. Like, this is great. I mean, I find this interesting. Maybe you don't.
Well, exciting is kind of like, I don't know if you could say exciting. Yes.
This is exciting.
If you shake it around a little bit, maybe.
This is exciting.
There you go. There you go. A little more exciting. It's exciting, I guess, for a plant
enthusiast.
Yes. But when you're...
For gardeners, not for husbands digging the holes for these things.
Yes. I'm just kind of thinking if you were to put something next to the word exciting in the dictionary, it would not be a peony plant.
Yes, it would.
No, it wouldn't.
I just told you, tree peony, the one I'm ordering, is exciting. Wait till you see that sucker bloom.
What's exciting will be you trying to hide the bill for me when it comes.
Actually, you already paid it. Thank you.
I did?
Yes, you did.
I got to start checking my statements.
I mean, you don't have to.
I'm afraid to check my statements.
This is a one-hit wonder right here.
Yeah.
He put everything into one eye. Let's hope he doesn't go blind. Yeah, I need bigger pots. Wow. Kind of like the littler guys. I'm going to need a few.
Where do you get... Oh, I just got hit, literally. Right in the back of the neck. Not good. Yeah.
Did ya?
Where do you get your pots from, anyway?
These are all plants that I've purchased for either myself or client gardens.
So you've probably never had to buy a pot, ever.
Well, I will at some point because... as people buy them, hopefully they bring them back. I will have a pot return so I can use them. But I am going to recycle and use them because otherwise, where are they going? In the dump? No thanks. I mean, your jokes are a little off, but I'm used to it. You just have to explain yourself to other people who aren't.
Well, I'm going to try to calm down with the jokes this year, you know.
You can't help yourself.
Well, I don't really know what else, you know, I can ask questions, but how many questions can one person ask?
Honestly, there's so many new things that we're going to be growing. I actually think you're going to enjoy this season. Oh.
Do ya?
Poor thing.
Yeah, you just gave him a black eye.
Yeah, I did. I just took his eyelashes off. Sorry about that. Want to put that over in the water?
It looks like he's got pink eye now.
Yeah.
Whoa! I can't do this. So yeah, are we gonna do something with the currants this year, or we just talking?
Yes, we need to clean that up. Actually, it's gonna be beautiful next week. Like literally 50s and 60s. So we're getting out. I'm gonna go buy those little, you know, the hedge trimmers. I literally, if we just go through and get all the weeds and just like expose the actual black currant bushes, plus I think we could probably offer some up because I'd like to replace some of those. There's no way I'm eating an acre of black currants. I don't like them that much. I know they're bitter. You can make jams, but I'm not that kind of person. I'm not a jammy person. So I'd much rather grow something in the field that I like and is pretty, and like sunflowers. Oh God, the whole side hill sunflowers. Could you imagine? And those are relatively easy if you can keep the squirrels from eating the seed. Oh, I found another in the thing. Look, peeking out.
No peony left behind.
Nope. Oh, and we also have to start digging up the daylilies from my vegetable garden because I would like to reclaim my vegetable garden and get some of my daylilies here so I can hybridize this year. So I know that's exciting.
We still have to rake from fall.
No, I'm leaving. I'm actually leaving the leaves.
Where?
On the garden.
At the house?
Yep.
And
Actually,
what? Just
very
mulching
good.
over it?
It's actually very good organic matter that will break down, so I'm leaving it.
Yeah, but doesn't it affect the plants from poking their eyes through the soil?
Well, it depends how matted they are. Like, it depends what, as long as I kind of know what's under there. Like hostas, those things will just pop right up through. It don't even matter. But if I have more tender, you know, less strong plants, then yes, I'll have to remove some of them. I left my sweet peas in the high tunnel and we got down to 10 degrees.
Hey!
Yeah, see,
They don't look good.
They have some frost damage.
Whoa! So are they done?
When you tell me, oh, they'll be fine. That's their version of fine.
To pea or not to pea, and doesn't look like they're gonna be a pea. Their history.
Yep, not so sweet peas. All right, that can go over. And then I need 1, 2, 3. Can I get this guy? Wow, look at his roots. I love
That's
that.
gonna need a bigger boat.
Yep.
So, do peonies have seeds or not?
Actually, this guy can go in this pot. Yeah. You can grow from seed, but they have something that's called double dormancy. So, like, you have to time the fresh seed planting correctly, or you have to wait 2 seasons to break dormancy if you grow them outside. So you can try to modify it yourself, but they're a little tricky. Tree peony seeds especially. I did grow them from seed. Whoops. I did grow a tree peony from seed, the one that's off our front porch. And it took forever, and I won't do it again, but at least I did it.
So are peonies sweet? Like, are they edible flowers?
I don't know. I don't hear a lot about that, so I would say if they are, they're no. I don't.
Then why are they always covered with ants?
Because they have a sap on their buds before they open. There's a sap on the bud, and actually ants are known to like help the bud open. So
you would think
they do each other a favor.
So why is the ant attracted to the bud? It would have to be
it's
sweet. Yeah.
Yes.
So I just asked you, is it sweet?
Well, I've never tasted it.
Well, obviously, if it's going to be a picnic
It's sweet to the ant.
with the ants, it's probably sweet.
Well, then in the spring, you could have at it. Try it out. You want to. I would definitely research to see if they are toxic, because they probably could be.
Well, I'm just wondering if you could fit a few peonies in this greenhouse and just call them an edible plant. And if they say, no, it isn't, say, well, look at the ants all over them.
Yes, insect biodiversity right there.
Yeah, right there. They're definitely edible if the ants are going to eat them.
Yeah. All right, I need 2 pots. So I guess I will run to the barn before I can grab them.
All right. Is that the garlic you had in our living room for like 2 weeks?
1 week, yes.
Oh,
Yeah, it's starting to reek a bit, huh?
yeah.
You can smell it. It smells like a pizza joint when you walk in the house. This is all like leftover cloves that didn't go in the ground in the fall. So I'm doing an experiment, because normally you plant garlic in the fall, but the good news is, like, even if you neglect it and you don't get it in the ground, they survive. They have like really good shelf life. So I am going to try to pre-sprout some of these in a cup to plant at a later date, because I don't want to waste these, and I've never done it before. And that way we can kind of say, yes, if you were late to the garlic game this year and you wanted to grow garlic, you can still do it. Or, yeah, you probably are too late.
So now I can breathe in the privacy of my own home without getting heartburn.
Yes, pretty much.
I couldn't believe how much it smelled.
Yeah, it's fresh. It's still fresh garlic. Plus I was breaking apart the cloves so I could plant them. So.
Well, I definitely didn't have any nightmares about vampires this week.
No, we definitely don't have to worry about that. Did I put one in here? Yes, I did.
Did have a lot of Italian women turning their heads looking at me twice when I'd walk by them.
Yeah, garlic, if you eat garlic a lot, like fresh garlic, oh, you know who eats it. Some people just like, it comes right out of their pores. Have you ever smelled people that you know, there's a distinct
Yes,
odor?
I have.
I mean, I might even have it because when I eat, I love garlic, but I don't think that because I feel like I would know, but maybe you don't know if it's you.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell whether or not it's your breath or your armpits sometimes.
It's true.
But yeah, it's an aphrodisiac to the little Italian girls, though. Boy,
Oh, really?
do they like to, you know,
I don't know. I'm Irish and Italian.
chase
I
me
don't like-
after I eat spaghetti, if you know what I'm saying.
No, no one knows.
They do.
Yeah. No, I can't tell if I did that or not. So at the kids' garden, the bluebird boxes are upside down. So whoever installed them only put one screw in there, and so they're kind of not sturdy. So we have to go fix them because it's prime bluebird nesting season. You guys are probably seeing them in your yards if you have them.
And we have to go fix them today because what? The bluebirds are coming
I
back?
didn't say today.
Well,
I said we have to fix them, and it's prime season for them. So we would do them a favor if we fixed it so that we could actually see them in the garden this year. But I didn't say you had to.
well, birds, they have a brain, don't they? They're going to see that the house is upside down and they're not going to try to
Honestly,
move
you'd be
into it.
surprised. We had a casualty last year because they moved into it right side up, and then we had a storm and it went right side down.
I heard their life got turned upside down last year.
Yeah, it wasn't nice, but the babies luckily are resilient.
They were black and bluebirds when we got done with them, folks.
That's not nice.
Well,
No, it's not even funny.
I'm sure if the house flipped over,
I love my bluebirds.
he caught a bruise.
Well, the problem is the house flipped over, and underneath by the shed, it's like there was a bucket, and the bucket was catching rain off of the shed, and somehow the lid was off, so the water was collecting in the bucket, and unfortunately they must have tried to get water because we had not a lot of water last year, not a lot of rain, and they drowned in the bucket. So when the babies flipped upside down, so then they have no parents. Their house is upside down. They're just sitting there, and one was on the ground. And I'm like, oh my God. So we took them to a rehabilitator, and off they went. I mean, they're going to be some strong birds.
Nothing like singing the blues here
No.
about the bluebirds.
Oh, I know, it's sad. But...
Well, you didn't really have to tell us how it ended.
Well, it ended, I mean, it didn't end well for the parents, but it ended.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm saying the boxes need to be fixed.
I think the pail just needed to be moved.
Well, that too. But I didn't put the pail there to catch water. The pail was there with the lid on, and the lid got blown off, and I didn't know it. And then when I saw the box upside down, I'm like, oh no! So I went over to check on them, and I'm like, the birds are out, where are the parents? And then I saw the bucket, and I'm like, oh my God.
So when you found them dead, were they blue?
Yeah.
Did they have a bump on their head?
Don't be a jerk.
Well, I'm trying to get to the bottom of it. The bottom of the pail.
No. So that's very unfortunate. Oh, so that's that.
So the moral of the story is do not put your bluebird house above a pail with water in it.
It wasn't below it. The pail was by the shed. The bird box was like 8 feet away. So I'm thinking the birds tried to get water and they fell in, and they the only reason that they would have drowned is they were trying to get a drink. And it wasn't a bird bath, it was a blood bath.
Maybe they got confused when the house spun upside down and they thought they were flying towards the sky, but instead it was a blue Home Depot pail.
either way, I'm not gonna let that happen again this year. I mean, I couldn't really control it. It's not like it was a neglectful death. You know, it was just bad. I don't know. Bad circumstances, I guess. And whoever installed the bird boxes, they're like, "Oh, this will be great," and only put one screw in it. Like, I didn't know to check that because I would think that you would know to put more than one screw in the.
And whoever might that be?
I don't know. Someone just came. I was asked if I would want bluebird houses in the garden. I said sure, and then they were up. I don't really know any of the other details. I don't know who it was, but I know that whoever installed it did not know how to install properly.
So whoever put up the bluebird house blew it.
Blew it. Yeah.
Basically.
And the circumstances with the pail kind of like it's just bad all around. So I'm not blaming anybody. It's just the way it happened, and I'm going to prevent it if I can this year.
It's just another tragic bluebird story.
Yeah.
Amongst the many we've experienced. So.
We've had two. Yeah, this will be the third.
Yeah.
In 10 years though, or 15 years of gardening though. So I don't know. Is that a healthy ratio?
So when they appear on the endangered species list, don't blame us.
No, they're actually pretty well stocked.
It's a good thing.
They are fighters. You know, actually, what bird is now moving toward? You must have stepped on that one.
I did.
You know which bird is actually in need of help? The barn swallows. And we just cleaned up and kicked them all out of our barn, so we may want to rethink that. Or
really?
They actually will use man-made shelves and nooks in places, so we may want to create some habitat for them. Or I don't really want them in the barn, but they are in need of help. Their populations have declined. I got an email on it. So they are asking that you help them out and don't kick them out.
Well, it's kind of hard to swallow the barn swallows, if you know what I'm saying. I don't really like the fact that they decide to poop all over the place. And they like to fly low, below the radar. And unfortunately, that's usually where I'm standing. But yeah, I don't think we're going to be opening the windows for the barn swallows this year.
Well, we should definitely make them some nesting spots in the little barn.
Well, I know a couple bluebird houses that are for rent. Maybe we should bring them bluebird houses here.
They make their nests out of mud.
Can we build bird houses that look like a barn? What do you think?
You can't build anything. So who are you asking?
I can build it. I just can't say it. It's a lot of bees.
God.
Can we build a barn house that looks like a bird house? See, I can't even complete that properly.
Oh. All right, these can go.
All right, I can go too. So, been here, done that. It was nice hanging out with you today. Learning about peonies and bluebirds and garlic and whatever else we learned.
Well, what else are we going to do for the day, right? Oh, those have to be watered.
Yeah.
This section, so go ahead and disconnect that.
Oh, now I can disconnect it.
Yeah, I forgot a peony.
All right, honey. We'll see you next time.